Good morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. My name is Priyanka Das, and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the world to set the tone for your day. From tracking PM Modi's visit to Kuwait to Yogi Adityanath on Hindu unity, we bring you all the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart today's Mega News Day here on Republic, as always with the nation first this quick morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's two-day visit in Kuwait starting from today will help open a new chapter in bilateral ties between the two countries. In a statement, Ministry of External Affairs said this visit will develop a more dynamic partnership between the two countries. The MEA also added that India is looking at bolstering its ties in a range of areas including defense and trade. Prime Minister Modi is paying a visit to Kuwait on the invitation of Sheikh Mishal A. Ahmed. Indira Gandhi was the last Indian Prime Minister who visited the country in 1981. PM Modi will hold discussions with Kuwaiti leadership and interact with the Indian diaspora there. India is among the top partners of Kuwait, and the Indian community is the largest expatriate community in the country. Union Minister Amit Shah is set to chair a meeting of the North-Eastern Council in Agartala today. Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, along with governors and chief ministers of all 8 northeastern states, will also attend this meeting. Apart from the NEC meeting, Shah will hold a bankers meeting to review financial inclusion, credit delivery and digital inclusion. He will also visit the Bru settlement camp at Bruhapara and address a public meeting in Dalai district.
गृह मंत्री जी की अध्यक्षता में एक बैंकिंग समिट भी कल आयोजित किया जा रहा है, ताकि अर्थव्यवस्था की रीढ़ की हड्डी पूर्ण रूप से एक नई ऊर्जा के साथ हम लोग पूर्वोत्तर क्षेत्र में, उत्तर पूर्वी राज्यों में हम लोग स्थापित कर पाएंगे.
Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi Adityanath echoed RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat's views, where he emphasized the need for Hindus to unite and assert their identity. He said that Hindu temples are being destroyed again in various parts of the country. He also pointed out that Sanatan Dharma is the only religion in the world which provides shelter to all religions in time of crisis. Further, he cited the plight of the Hindus in countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Earlier, MEA stated that a total of 2,200 cases of violence against Hindus and other minorities have been reported in Bangladesh. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has appointed BJP MP PP Chaudhary as the chairperson of the Joint Parliamentary Committee to examine the One Nation, One Poll bill. The JPC has 27 members from the Lok Sabha and 12 members from the Rajya Sabha. Earlier, 21 members were taken from the lower house and 10 members were taken from the upper house. The strength has increased after SSUBT chief Uddhav Thackeray and few other parties pointed out that the committee lacked members from their respective parties. Still, members from Nitish Kumar's party have not been included in the committee. The JPC has been given time to submit its report by the first day of the last week of next parliament session. The list includes former Union Minister Anurag Thakur, Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee and BJP National Spokesperson Sambit Patra, among others. India has launched a strong protest with Bangladesh over the controversial remarks made by Mahfouz Alam, who is the key advisor of Bangladesh's interim head Yunus. In a post, Alam warned India by saying that New Delhi must acknowledge the uprising that prompted ouster of Sheikh Hasina to flee the country. After a few hours, the post was taken down. MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal reminded the neighbouring country to be mindful of their public comments. He said that while India has repeatedly signalled interest in fostering relations with people and the interim government of Bangladesh, such comments underline the need for responsibility in public articulation.
We have taken this up with the Bangladeshi government. We have actually strongly registered a protest on this issue. We understand that the post that you referred has been taken down. We would like to remind all concerned to be mindful of their public comments. While India has repeatedly signaled interest in fostering relations with the people and the interim government of Bangladesh.
As fighting between Myanmar's junta and resistance force intensifies, MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said that India is closely monitoring the situation in Myanmar. New Delhi also said that it supports a Myanmar-led and Myanmar-owned process for return of peace and stability in the nation. In the Bengaluru techie suicide case, which sent shockwaves in the entire nation, deceased Atul Subhash's mother has filed a petition in the Supreme Court seeking custody of her 4-year-old grandson. Following a petition, the top court has issued a notice to Haryana, Karnataka and the Uttar Pradesh government seeking a response from them. In her petition, Atul's mother has claimed that neither Atul's wife nor her family members have provided information about the child's location since their arrest. The mother also raised concerns about her grandson's safety.
तो एक रेस्पॉन्सिबल पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का रेस्पॉन्सिबल अपोजिशन लीडर जिस प्रकार व्यवहार किया, इसको सारा देश निंदा कर रहा है और जितना निंदा करेंगे इतना कम है, क्योंकि गणतंत्र में 75 इयर्स हम पालन कर रहे हैं इनका, इसका मर्यादा को उल्लंघन हम कर रहे हैं। इसका हम सोच नहीं पाते हैं हमारा पॉलिटिकल कैरियर का एथिक्स क्या होना चाहिए।
Moving on, National Commission for Women has urged Lok Sabha Speaker and Rajya Sabha Speaker to take action against Rahul Gandhi over BJP MP Phangnon Konyak's complaint. She said that Gandhi allegedly misbehaved with her during protests on the Parliament complex. The NCW has said that swift action must be taken against Gandhi to ensure such incidents are addressed and the dignity of women parliamentarians is upheld. Meanwhile, the Congress has denied all the allegations and rejected all the claims. Kolkata High Court has granted permission to West Bengal Joint Platform of Doctors to hold a protest against the bail granted to 2 accused ex-RG Corps principals Sandeep Ghosh and Abhijit Mondal. However, the court has directed the joint forum to hold protest at a place that is 50 feet away from the Dorina crossing at Esplanade in central Kolkata, as it can cause traffic snarls in the busy area. The doctors' body had proposed to hold protests, but the police denied them permission, after which they moved to the High Court. We are tracking the top business stories for the day. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape, from major mergers and acquisitions to the key takeaways from the GST Council meet. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. In a major boost to Bihar's economy, the Adani Group, the Sun Petrochemicals and a group of other companies have committed to investing rupees 1.81 lakh crore in Bihar. The investment will be made in varied sectors ranging from renewable energy, food processing, cement and manufacturing. Further, the largest private investor in Bihar, the Adani Enterprises, has announced rupees 27,900 crore investment for the state during the Bihar Business Connect 2024 summit in Patna. 53,500 jobs are expected to be generated by these investments. The Competition Commission of India has approved Ultratech Cement's acquisition of the India Cements Limited. With this, Ultratech Cement is set to acquire 32.72% stake in India Cements Limited, owing to the deal valued at rupees 3,954 crore, by which Ultratech's share in ICL will exceed 55%, will significantly bolster Ultratech's presence in the competitive southern cement market, primarily in Tamil Nadu. Following the Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee meeting, the members are expecting food inflation to decline in the fourth quarter of the current financial year. Former RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das has indicated that the reduction is likely to happen due to a combination of factors pertaining to correction in vegetable prices, robust kharif harvest, a rabi crop, buffer stocks. Das further said that this will help restore the balance between inflation and growth. He added that lower inflation would increase household disposable income, which will in turn boost consumption and investment. Adani Energy Solutions Step 10 Limited, a fully owned subsidiary, will be incorporated by Adani Energy Solutions Limited. AESSTL, which is yet to start its operations, will primarily focus on the transmission, distribution and power supply, along with associated infrastructure services. AESSTL is further in line with AECL's strategic goal of promoting India's energy infrastructure. On account of the 55th Goods and Services Tax Council meeting today, the Council is likely to make a decision on slashing down tax rates on public consumption items such as food delivery services, insurance premiums, bicycles and packaged drinking water. However, there can be consideration for increasing tax rates on luxury items like wristwatches, shoes and expensive ready-made garments. The 55th GST Council meeting, chaired by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, is expected to take up a discussion on the aviation turbine fuel, which is outside the bounds of the GST. Moving on to international segment, where we're tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into the significant developments from around the world, from the flux in the White House to the Rohingyas rescued in Sri Lanka. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Bangladesh Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus and Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had crucial talks on the sidelines of the D8 summit in Cairo on Friday, seeking to resolve lingering issues stemming from the 1971 war. Yunus urged Sharif to address and settle these long-standing disputes to help move the bilateral relations forward for future generations. The two leaders also discussed revitalizing the South Asian Association for regional cooperation and fostering stronger trade, cultural exchanges and regional cooperation between Dhaka and Islamabad. Jagmeet Singh, the leader of Canada's New Democratic Party and a key ally in keeping Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government in power, announced on Friday that he would vote in favor of a no-confidence motion against Trudeau. Singh made his declaration in an open letter, which followed his party's decision to withdraw support for Trudeau's government earlier this year. In the letter, Singh sharply criticized Trudeau's leadership, stating that the Prime Minister had failed in his most important responsibility, which was to serve the people rather than the powerful. United Nations officials are now condemning Israel's practice of denying the organization's aid movements in Gaza, calling it a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law and a form of aid weaponization during an address. George Petropoulos, head of the sub-office for the coordination of the humanitarian affairs in Gaza under the UN, emphasized that the current humanitarian situation in Gaza has worsened significantly since the beginning of the conflict. He noted that the UN's actions have been met with indifference from the Israeli side in Gaza, with the Israeli government failing to provide any meaningful support to the UN's efforts in the Strip.
The opportunities for sustainable supplies are scarce, and the degree to which our operations in the Gaza Strip are supported by the Israeli authorities is almost zero. As the occupying power, it imposes blanket prohibitions on nearly everything. Commercial imports have been banned. Humanitarian equipment and supplies for Gaza are consistently blocked, and our own movements inside the Gaza Strip are most often denied.
Violence broke out in Taiwan's legislature on Friday as lawmakers from the Democratic Progressive Party clashed with the members of the Nationalist Party, who had broken into the building overnight to occupy the Speaker's chair. The confrontation erupted over three contentious bills pushed by the KMT, including one that critics say that they undermine the constitutional code. Thousands of protesters rallied outside the parliament, voicing opposition to the bills, which also proposed changes to the public recall processes and tax revenue distribution. The physical altercation left several lawmakers injured. Belgian port city Antwerp, dubbed the diamond capital of the world, has seen its diamond trade plummet to a historic low following the European Union's ban on Russian diamond imports due to the Ukraine crisis. The port city of Antwerp has hosted over 2,000 diamond companies, but many have left in recent years, resulting in a 20% vacancy rate. Several family businesses have now shut their doors due to the impact of the cumulative factors, including the European Union's sanctions on the Russian diamonds, stricter regulations, economic downturn and energy crisis, which all contributed to a significant decline in profits. Many Antwerp diamond merchants are now flourishing off of Dubai, where Russian diamonds are still freely traded sans the restrictions.
The Commission has made a decision which made it impossible for us to be able to work on. And this is why you see a lot of Belgian people over here are moving to Dubai, because they're saying we're treated like criminals over here. Why do we have to keep working here?
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre firmly rejected President-elect Donald Trump's new plan to fund federal operations and suspend the debt ceiling. Amid growing concerns over a looming government shutdown, speaking at a press briefing Friday, she placed the blame squarely on Republicans for the crisis, insisting that it is their responsibility to resolve the deadlock. The bill, which was hastily assembled by the Republican leaders, would have kept the government running for 3 months and suspended the debt ceiling for 2 years. The House voted 174-235 against the proposal, with Democrats and some Republicans opposing the plan.
And we'll just continue to reiterate that Republicans blew up this deal. They did, and they need to fix this, period. They have to. Republican needs to stop playing politics with a government shutdown, and they are doing the bidding. They're doing the bidding of their billionaire friends. That's what we're seeing, at the expense of hardworking Americans.
Sri Lanka's Navy rescued over 100 individuals thought to be Rohingya refugees who were stranded on a fishing trawler off the country's northern coast. A Navy spokesperson reported yesterday the group, which included 25 children and 30 women, was spotted by local fishermen who were subsequently escorted to a naval base on the island's coast, where they were provided with aid and food. Thousands of Syrians gathered at the Umayyad Square in Damascus on Friday, celebrating the fall of Bashar Assad's government and the takeover by the jihadi-led rebels earlier this month. The rally followed protests by secular groups calling for broader participation in the new government to help build a modern, inclusive Syria. Despite a sudden shift in power, the country's transition has remained unexpectedly smooth. A 7-year-old girl died and a teacher and 5 other students were wounded in a knife attack at a school in the Croatian capital Zagreb on Friday, as per the Croatian police, after a teen in the ages of 18 and 19 went on a killing spree. Following the attack, a day of mourning was declared in Serbia. As Rome prepares to open the holy door of St. Peter's Basilica on Christmas Eve to mark the start of the Jubilee 2025, the Italian capital is set to welcome 32 million pilgrims. But the influx shall come at a steep cost, burdening by a housing crisis exacerbated by mass tourism. Residents fear that the growing flood of visitors will further displace locals and worsen the housing market, which has been flooded by short-term rentals. Activists are now taking to the streets to protest against rising rents and the transformation of neighborhoods into tourist zones. Coming up next, we have stories from the action-packed world of sports and entertainment. So sit back and we'll be right with you. Welcome back, viewers. Now it's time for us to take a look at the top stories from the world of sports. Let's get started. Teenage sensation Sam Constance was handed a maiden call-up as Australia dropped rookie opener Nathan McSweeney for the final 2 test matches of the Border Gavaskar Trophy against India. The 19-year-old is said to become Australia's youngest test batting debutant in over 70 years. If Constance, who turned 19 on October 2nd, is selected in the playing 11 in the Boxing Day test, he would become Australia's youngest test debutant since captain Pat Cummins, who was 18 years and 193 days old, India's resilience on the final day of the third test against Australia in Brisbane has also given the team a psychological boost ahead of the high-pressure Boxing Day test at the MCG. Reflecting on India's remarkable efforts to avoid the follow-on, former coach Ravi Shastri spoke in detail about Indian tail-enders' fight in the first innings of the third test. The significance of the moment, Shastri explained, was not just about saving the follow-on, but about setting the tone for the next phase of the game. Former cricketer Akash Chopra weighed in on the ICC's announcement and felt that it was advantageous for Pakistan and also explained what it meant for India. Pointing out that both countries had been treated equally, he said Pakistan is not losing money. In fact, in his arrangement, Pakistan hasn't even lost its face. No matter how much they might have talked against the hybrid model, they had ultimately agreed, but they have also not walked away empty-handed. Rinku Singh has been appointed the captain of the Uttar Pradesh for the upcoming Vijay Hazare Trophy. The tournament is set to commence on December 21st, with UP scheduled to face Jammu and Kashmir in their Group D clash in Vizagaram. Rinku takes the captaincy from Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who led the team in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy that ended last week. Prithvi Shaw, who returned to the Mumbai squad for the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, has had his disciplinary and fitness points cut in the recent past, and now the Mumbai Cricket Association has blurted out why the opening batter wasn't considered for the domestic 50-over tournament. A member of the Mumbai Cricket Association has said that Shaw is his own enemy. The official further mentioned that Shaw is really on a downward slide as far as his fitness is concerned. Mohammad Shami has been rested for Bengal's opening game of the Vijay Hazare Trophy against Delhi. The domestic one-day tournament is set to commence on December 21st, and Shami was named in the 20-member squad announced by the Cricket Association of Bengal. However, now he will sit out of the opening clash to be played in Hyderabad. Interestingly, despite turning up in the Ranji Trophy and Syed Mushtaq Ali after recovering from injury, Shami hasn't been called up to the Indian squad for the Australia tour. After a 102 all-out batting display in the second T20, the West Indies surrendered once again amid abject performances with the bat to lose the series finale by 80 runs, as Bangladesh registered their first ever clean sweep. West Indies lost the opener Brandon King in the very first over, before going 2 down in the next one as Bangladesh got off to a sensational start. Pakistan achieved their third consecutive ODI series victory away from home as Mohammad Rizwan and co. handed South Africa a colossal loss in the second of the 3-match series and hence took a 2-0 unassailable lead. Shaheen Afridi, whose first spell didn't go according to the plan, ended up taking 4 wickets in as many overs as he bowled in the latter part of the match to completely shut shop for the Proteas, including the big scalp of Klassen, who fell short by just 3 runs of a scintillating 100. After leading Bangladesh to their first ever T20 international series sweep over West Indies, stand-in skipper Liton Das is willing to accept the captaincy role on a long-term basis if offered by the Bangladesh Cricket Board. After Najmul Hossain Shanto had missed the tour due to an injury, Das was appointed the captain of the T20 international team and he passed the test with flying colours. Bangladesh named Mehdi Hassan Miraz as their test and ODI captain for the series and gave the shortest format duties to Das. Viewers, now it's time for us to take you through the top stories from the glitzy entertainment world. Let's get started. Karan Aulcha's Gurugram concert will be memorable for many, but for all the wrong reasons. The concert turned into a nightmare for attendees as around 200 phones were stolen. Attendees also expressed disappointment with the management, saying that they were not helpful at all. It was earlier reported that several fights broke out in the VVIP section as videos went viral on social media where people were seen hitting each other. In a separate incident, 3 doctors and 1 medical student were arrested from the same concert for assaulting a policeman. Critically acclaimed musician Paul McCartney was joined by Ringo Starr on December 19th. The duo enjoyed a Beatles reunion and even performed together. Rolling Stone guitarist Ronnie Wood also performed the track Get Back. McCartney is currently on a tour in his homeland after being on a hiatus for 2 years.
What a great night tonight. How about you? Hey, come on, give it up, give it up.
Viewers, and that's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning. But don't go anywhere as we bring you the top stories only on Republic TV.